Hello, everybody. I'm Raven Karasu, and today I just want to go over a few things. Um, you may have noticed the last couple Sims videos have been really abrupt and not a lot going on in them. Uh, Google Hangouts has been really iffy. I don't know what it is, but it keeps kicking me off when I stream games. So I'm probably going to have to go to OBS or something like that. I need to find another option because I can't just have a video of me constantly trying to get back on. And the internet was kind of quirky the last couple days also, so that didn't help. So I was constantly being kicked offline. But I did keep them up so you could see what I did do. And as far as the second one, I was introducing the new Geckos. I might do another one eventually, but for now, that's that. I don't have all the Geckos out right now, so I can't do it now. They're all asleep because it's early in the morning. Well, early in the morning for me, because I sleep in late all the time. So I'm going to try and find another option for broadcasting. And I'm just hoping we can figure something out because this isn't working. I can't host something and then constantly be kicked out of it. And then having to worry about being back fast enough that it's still live. And for some, because I'm in a hurry, obviously, the computer's like, oh, we're gonna just take our sweet ass time. So, yeah, gonna try and find something else to do. Some things. That's my phone. Some things are fine, but then other things aren't. Like Sims is awful as far as Google Hangouts. I'm constantly being kicked out. But yeah, the last few games we've played, I've constantly been kicked out. And I'm not sure if it's just our connection or if it's just I can't be on and stream at the same time. I know I did a niche on OBS once, and it was really smooth. So I might try that, and we'll see what happens. I'm still trying to get that castle made for Chris, and I've just not been able to really do much of anything because I'm constantly trying to get back into the chat room and having to share everything again and make sure that the sharing works, make sure everyone's listening, and it's a pain in the ass. But yeah, as I said, we did get 2 Geckos. We got Voodoo, which is our female. She's with the other females, and we got Mr. Franks, who's upstairs by himself currently. His back legs don't work real well, or he's making us think that he started using them a little bit, but every time he's found out, he just kind of goes very ragdollish. So he's definitely milking the sympathy. But we're taking care of him. He has to get a special feeder stuff. It's I think it's some kind of medicine that you put on his lips, and he licks it up, and he gets nutrients from that. We need to get bigger worms for him. We're trying to get him off crickets and onto the worms because they're easier to dust. And phone again because everyone wants to talk to me right this very second. So we're trying to get him on the worms because we weren't sure if he was allergic to crickets or what the deal was. We don't know. But the worms we have are way too small, and he bites a little too hard for me to be sticking itty-bitty little worms in his mouth. So we need to get somewhat bigger worms, and we're going to get some feeding tongs because I don't need to be bit again. He got me here, and while it didn't really hurt that much, it was a big surprise, and the mark is still there after 2 days. So, yeah, apparently he got me pretty good, and I didn't realize it was that bad, but at the same time, it wasn't that bad, but the mark's still there. So that's really all I can really talk about with the Geckos. Not a whole lot, because it's only been like a couple days or a day or so. But yeah, the glitch was the main thing I wanted to cover. I did start working on the video for the last part of the Akhenaten's Gates playlist. I'm working on the Q&A. It's been really much, it's a lot of a challenge, really, because I have to constantly move everything around and make sure everything doesn't keep getting. Windows Movie Maker is just so weird. But at least it's not shutting down every half hour like it used to do. So yeah, I am working on that, and after I do that, it'll be officially finished. I won't be adding anything else to the playlist. I might start on the Taming of Coyote soon. I'm not sure when. I've been kind of trying to get everything else done. But that'll be the next book I do. And trying to think of what I was going to say. I don't have it all scripted or anything. I just kind of decided to randomly do this. I'll be starting university in April. I'll be attending Southern New Hampshire University. And no, it's not because of the TV commercial, if all of you have seen that. I actually decided to go because they have a good master's program for what I wanted to do that I didn't see in the other schools. I was searching around, and after I had made my decision was when I started seeing commercials for it. But yeah, I'll be doing that, and I'll be getting a master's degree in English and creative writing with a specification on fiction writing. And that'll take anywhere from a year and a half to 2 years to finish, depending on how many classes I take at a time. So that'll be great. It'd be nice to have that. I've been wanting to get my master's degree for a while, and I took some time off because the bachelor's degree really wiped me out. I was really burnt out after that. Excuse me. So I'll be starting that in April. Each class will be 10 weeks long. So this should be interesting. I'm nervous, but I'm also excited. I did really good in my bachelor's program, so I should be okay, I think. It's just I always get nervous before the classes start. I'm waiting for the actual first class to show up on my Blackboard so that I can actually go and purchase the books for it. And then I'll pretty much be ready. So I'm just waiting for everything to be set up so I can go get the books. I don't know what else to really talk about after that. I tried the Grand Mac. If y'all are interested in McDonald's food, we decided to try the Grand Mac, and it was okay. It wasn't what I thought it would be. It is a little bigger than the Big Mac, but more width-wise, circumference-wise than height-wise. I thought, if they were ever going to do something like that, it'd be like, 2 burgers, the middle piece of the bread and the 2 burgers. But no, it's just bigger around. But it was still good. The Shamrock Shakes are available. They seem a little sweeter this year. They actually started putting a glitter or something on it, the little green sprinkles on it. And I'm not used to getting that, but they started doing that this year here. And I don't know, it was good, but at the same time, it was really sweet. And they also have like the Shamrock chocolate or chocolate shamrock, which is, the bottom is chocolate and then the top part is the Shamrock Shake, and you can mix it up. And not trying that. That just doesn't feel like something I want. I like the Shamrock Shakes. They're pretty addictive in general, but this one was a little sweeter than I expected. And normally I'm pretty good with smaller ones because I am somewhat lactose intolerant. I also tried these mystery pops. They were like popsicles. It was like a cherry popsicle on the outside, and it had mystery flavors on the inside. It was supposed to be like watermelon, bubblegum, and lemonade. they were okay. I was actually pretty addicted to them. It basically tastes like water ice, lemon ice, however you. We always call them water ice. It's kind of like the Ritas and stuff. Um, and the inside kind of had, it was pretty good. The lemonade tasted like the lemon water ice, and the bubble gum was very bazooka-y. It was very, very strong bubble gum. And I think it was the watermelon I just didn't really taste. But it tasted also like everything came from like a really, really condensed concentrate. So it was interesting. It was good for me. I liked it. I don't know if Chris will like it, so he's actually going to get a box for himself to try. If he doesn't like it, I'll eat it. Not a whole lot else. Just geckos fighting with computers, trying to get the last video of Akhenaten's gates on, blah, 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 blah. And as you probably noticed, I cut my hair. It's actually starting to grow back already. It's a lot more comfortable. Doesn't really feel like winter very much. Like a few days, it'll be nice and cool, but I actually have the air conditioner on right now. It's so hot. I got a new shirt. Yay, Five Nights at Freddy's! Sister location. I actually got a few things for the Five Nights at Freddy fandom. I got a couple Foxy keychains, and I got this. I was going to get a mask, but I changed my mind because I already got another mask. It's not Five Nights at Freddy's, it's just a skull, but that's going to be for Halloween. I got some Christmas stuff, and just kind of trying to get everything situated because everything's all over the place. It's like a cannon blew up in here. I am working on Revenant Tales, which is part of the Revenants of Embry. And I started 2 of the Revenant Tales, which are short stories, and it's The Old Man and I Remember. While I'm also working on Silent Night and Innocence, which are full novels in the Revenants of Embry series. And I've been just kind of thinking up others. I finally did a cover for The Old Man. I do covers for some of the short stories that will be released as singular short stories, so they have a cover, but they all also are in a collection, which will be Revenant Tales. So you can purchase the short stories as they come out, because I will publish them as I finish them. But also, you can also get the full collection with everything in them and whatever hasn't been published, because some stories that just aren't interesting enough or just aren't big enough to be released as its own thing. So that'll all be in the collection of Revenant Tales. I also started another short story collection. I know I have a bunch of them. I had to finish, what the hell was it called? Oh, Sweet Stuff. It was called Sweet Stuff Short Story Collection. I had to finish that. There are 2 of the short stories available for sale now, which are Cookie and Fizzy. I believe are the only 2 that are available. Then I'm also working on Revenant Tales, as I said. Nothing's quite finished yet, but I'm working on 2 of the short stories. And I started compiling a 3rd one, which was called, what did I call it? It was called This and That, a short story hodgepodge. And that'll have some of the short stories that I was working on that didn't have a collection, but it was something I wanted to try. There will be another poem in there, kind of like the Karasu collection had Beware the Boogeyman, which was a short poem that I did. This and That will also have one. I think it was called like Rainy Season, and it's a short poem as well. So those obviously won't have singles, short story singles, because they're just one poem. and I don't see a point in paying $1 for one page. So, yeah, there's no point in that. So those won't be available as singles, obviously, because you have to actually buy the actual collection to read them. But I am trying to do 2 short stories for that one, which is The Boy in the Limo and Matryoshka Doll. The Boy in the Limo was started some time ago, but I'll have to kind of go back and rethink it. Same with some of the others. Sweet Stuff still has several stories I need to go over. I was working on Custard at the time, but I'm having a hard time telling the story. So I have to really think about how I want to do it so it's not really complicated or really heavy, because Sweet Stuff is supposed to be something that kids can read. Excuse me. So I don't want anything really harsh, but I wanted something that was still somewhat serious because it does deal with cancer. But I also wanted something that's still understandable to younger readers and still interesting, so it's not just this big, misery fest. And it is very, very loosely based on a true story. It was based on my mother and the dog I got her. But her name's not Custard, it's Angel. But I was taking things from those experiences. My mother was trying to recover from breast cancer at the time, and she beat it. She's good. So, I kind of wanted to use that experience for the story. And the dog on the cover actually is Angel. She got really, really big. But in the story, the dog's name is Custard. Sorry, we have little fruit flies all over the place. Where was I? I also have to rethink Neapolitan because the idea was good when I started, and after a while, I'm just like, maybe I shouldn't do this. It's coming off a little racist. I'm just like, I don't think that's kind of what I wanted to go for. And I have to think of something else to do. I didn't want it to be like, totally based on race. I did want to make, a few remarks because this is like an interracial friendship. But I didn't want it to be like that obvious. It's like, race, I was like, no, I didn't want to do that. Didn't want to come off as racist. So I had to really think about that. I don't even know if Neapolitan is even going to be in it anymore, because just like every time I think of it, it just comes off as, no, we're still focusing a lot on race, and I don't want to do that. So we went from an idea that was supposed to be cute to just constantly focusing on race, and I'm just like, didn't want to do that. So I may remove Neapolitan from the actual collection and just use the image for something else, because the actual front cover was nice. So I might just use the image on the front cover and just forget about it, because it's never coming off as a good story. It's coming off too much as a race-centered thing. And it's uncomfortable, and I don't want to be that person. So, but there are a lot of other stories I can still do. I can still replace it with something else. I actually thought about doing the Black Train in the Karasu collection was something I was thinking about putting into Revenant Tales until I realized that it would not work. On the surface, it seemed it would. I'm like, it has skeletons in it, and it has a lot of stuff in it. I was going to put it in. But then I'm like, I'm talking about the Baltimore Orioles, and World War II is hinted because it's in the 40s. It talks about a lot of different little things, and they're small things, but it's very clear that it takes place in our world. And whereas the Revenants of Embry takes place in a world called Embry, and there is no Baltimore or Baltimore Orioles in Embry. And I thought about just changing it, but I'm like, what's the point? I mean, it's the same story, and I could do things differently in it, but at the same time, just like, it's not worth it. Y'all don't want to hear the same damn story with just a different background. So I decided not to do that. But there are several short stories for Revenant Tales. Excuse me. Excuse me. I yell a lot when I talk too much. I don't know what else to really mention. I know I kind of go, I'm like, oh, it's the end. Oh, I think of something. All that noise in the background are the cats. They're all kind of getting the zoomies this morning. I think that's Cherie running up and down the stairs. She's really heavy. So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on. I know I haven't done like a vlog in a while, so I kind of wanted to go over all that stuff, and I don't know. that's pretty much all I can think of at the moment. If I think of something else, I guess I can do another vlog. I am thinking of doing another Sassy Story soon. I need something to laugh at. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got right now, and I hope that helps you guys figure out where I'm at and everything. So yeah, I will see you all in the next video, whatever it may be. Bye.